Okay, I think it's 5 minutes past 8, and a lot of people have to get to bed. So I am just going to get started. And Jeremy, you can admit people, and so that I don't have to watch multiple screens. Cool. Thanks everyone for joining today's book lunch party. I'm super excited to have released my first book, which is Skyrocket Your Career, the no bullshit approach to find your dream job, be successful in it, and transform into a rock star. Before I proceed further, first things first, I wanted to take a screenshot of this Zoom call just for memory's sake. So if you have a beer, water, alcohol, or anything which keeps you hydrated, um, you could show it like this. And then on a count of 3, 2, 1, I was going to take a screenshot of it. So I'll give you 10, 15 seconds to see whether you can grab something. If not, it's fine. I'm just going to take a screenshot. So Jason is trying to get his fancy water. I know you, Jason. So awesome. Okay. So once Jason picks up something, oh, awesome. So on a count of 3, 2, 1, I'm going to take a screenshot, and for that I have to do this shortcut key. Okay. So 3, 2, 1. Cheers. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Raj,
Cool.
your drink disappeared.
It did. Okay. Yeah, that's why I hit virtual background, which I'm gonna remove in a second. But here. Yeah. Let's do it again then. On a count of 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Cheers.
Cheers. Slancha.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So first thing first, let's remove this virtual background because it creeps the shit out of me usually. I never put virtual backgrounds. I thought it'd be super cool to do something. But yeah. Finally, now we are back to normalcy where you can see my hands and I'm not like a ghost. Cool. So here are some housekeeping stuff before we get started. First things first, this is going to be a super low-key and informal session. I keep saying session because I did so many conference talks in the past 2 weeks. Informal party. So yeah, so there's no structure, but I generally have a high-level overview of what's going to happen. So that is something to keep in mind. It's just going to be fun. Second thing is, remember that this is my first book launch party. So if something gets messed up in the middle, if there are glitches, bear with me because I don't control a lot of stuff. The reason I'm saying this is a couple of months ago, I attended a book launch party, and that person was in Florida. And as she was having the party, a hurricane actually hit her area, and she lost internet connection. So for 1 hour of her book launch party, she was available only for 5 minutes. So literally, other folks were talking on behalf of her, right? Hopefully, nothing like that is going to happen, but just keep that in mind. At least I took a screenshot just to let people know that, hey, I had a book launch party, right? So that's why I wanted to cover my bases first. Another thing to remember is Jeremy, my man, on top of the screen, he is going to be helping me run admin for today's party. So he'll be monitoring the chat, making sure all the Q&A questions are answered. And every 10 minutes, we're going to be giving away prizes to people. And Jeremy will run a wheel, which you will see shortly. And yeah, people will be getting prizes as well. So that's what we have planned. I just want to give this opportunity for Jeremy to say, to give a quick introduction about yourself before I move on.
Hey man, super excited to be here. Guys, as Roz mentioned, my name is Jeremy. We are friends. kind of neighbors. He lives in the area, so Raj has been. It's been incredible to witness this entire journey. I think when you first mentioned that you were writing a book, I was like, how can somebody write a book? That's crazy. But if I knew anybody was going to do it, I knew Raj would. So again, I'm happy to be here, man. Excited for you on this launch day. I'll be over in the chat. You guys hit me up with your questions. I'll be dropping some nice Easter eggs over there as well, so you can have fun with the book.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeremy. And also just keep making sure you're admitting people in case they come in. Okay, cool. So thanks for that. And so talking about prices today, so we have different prices, right? So first things first, yeah, of course, you can get a free copy of the book for those who haven't ordered yet, but I pretty much think most of the people here have the book, but I have other prices as well. Talking about the physical book, which people haven't seen. So this is what the book looks like. It's so damn thin, like a MacBook Air. This is the back cover page. And yeah, so this design, Carlene, my wife, and me came up with it, and then we worked on it with a designer as well. But yeah, this is the book, actual book. People have pre-ordered it before the book went live last week. They're going to get the book. That's pretty much my project tomorrow, to send and ship all these books. So yeah, this is the book. It's only 99 pages because it's the freaking pandemic and no one has time for 400-page books. So 99-page book. And so that is one of the prices. A couple of other prices is a free goodie bag where we have this. And I'm going to send this to people. And in the goodie bag, you have a lot of stuff. For me, the main thing was a bottle opener with the Skyrocket symbol there. But you also have a pen with the logo on it. Then, of course, you have books in it as well. And you have a couple of other stuff as well. So that is another thing we have. And then you have free t-shirts, which I'm going to give away. We have shirts like this. And these shirts were actually designed by me and Carlene. And I have an online shop on my book website. So you can get things like this, which was designed by me and Carlene. So you're going to get free t-shirts. And then I also have a $25 Amazon gift card, which I wanted to give away as well. So those are the things I'm going to give away today. And what else housekeeping stuff we had? Yeah, I think since it's already 10 minutes past 8, I was going to make Jeremy show a demo of how the wheel prize giving works. So Jeremy, if you want to share your screen and roll the wheel and show people how they can get prizes.
All right,
this is how
so
it works.
Pretty simple here. I have your names added in and we spin the wheel. Simple as that. Deepak, you won our first prize.
So Deepak, you're going to get a free copy of the book. If you'd already bought the book, ping me, then I'll give you a goodie bag. So that's how prize giveaways work. So just wanted to show you a quick demo. Thanks for that, Jeremy.
Absolutely.
So you can stop sharing for a second because I like to see my face in full screen. Yes, I'm that type of person. So those are the things, housekeeping stuff. So hopefully that gives you an idea. And in terms of things which we are going to do is I'm going to talk about why I wrote the book, how I wrote the book, and why people should buy it if you haven't bought it already. And also every 10 minutes, again, we're going to give away prizes. And then we have 2 to 3 people in this group who are going to say a few words about me and the book and how they know me. And finally, there'll be a Q&A session. So if at all people are still hanging out till the end of the session, because I know it's late for a lot of people, yeah, you can feel free to ask me questions as well. So with that being said, let's just get right into this. So first, let's talk about why I wrote the book. So currently, if you see, people feel anxious about their job security. They feel they are stuck in their career, and already there have been millions of jobs people have already lost, and people are looking for jobs as well. And finally, there are people who want to make the change in their careers, but they're afraid to do so because of the fear of the unknowns. And I was in the exact same situation in 2008, where I still remember this. I came into the US on August 31st, 2008. And a week after I came, Lehman Brothers, the biggest financial firm, became bankrupt overnight. And that triggered the recession, right? So literally a week after I came, the recession started. And getting jobs was so freaking hard. And as an immigrant, I needed a work permit, a H-1B visa, and no one was ready to sponsor me. So basically, I had two choices, right? First choice was go back with half of the students who had come here, who were international students, or stick around and do whatever it takes and see what happens. So luckily, I chose the second option. So from the beginning of 2009 till end of 2009, I applied for 1,293 jobs, 1,293 jobs. And I got 4 callbacks from it. And I converted 1 job out of the 1,293 jobs, right? So for all the math nerds out there, it's like a 0.3% conversion rate. And that's what I started with. And once I got that 1 job, and that was not a full-time job, it was an internship, I worked my ass off to prove to people that as immigrants, we don't just take value, but we can give value as well. So I was helping my team grow. I was helping my company grow. And then they noticed that, okay, I can do shit, right? So that's when I converted my internship into a full-time job. And fast forwarding to 2020, I'm running my own business. I'm doing international keynote speaking. Now wrote a book, and then I'm doing tech career coaching, right? So the kicker here is I'm an average guy. And if I can do it, so can anyone else. So that's why I want to write the book. I want to share different strategies which I have used since 2006 when I started my IT career. And I want to show people the simple things you could do to stand out from the crowd. And in this book, I share different strategies to find your dream job, be successful in it, and then set yourself miles apart from your competition. And this book is going to be really impactful for people who fall into these personas, right? First thing is, if you are at the forking point of your career and you feel you need guidance, or if you're going through low self-esteem, high self-doubt, or lack motivation, or you've been stuck in that same job and no one is recognizing you, you're not getting the promotions, and you feel that you don't have any hope in your career. Or if you want to transition into leadership roles. And finally, if you want to set yourself miles apart from a competition, then this book is really going to help you. Just following these strategies, which I mentioned in the book, I was voted as a star performer in 6 out of my 7 companies I work for, just in the US alone. I've increased my salary by 150%, which is crazy. And again, I'm pretty average, but it's just the way you show up and different things you do. And those things I cover in the book as well. And yeah, those were the things which I actually did to convert my life from a shy, introverted kid earning a minimum salary into where I am today. And that's what this book is about. And that's why I thought I should write it now. So that was the first thing, right? Why I wrote it. Thanks, Sheng, for the applause. So the next thing was how I wrote it. And I want to see whether Monique was here. 1 second, hold on. Then I can talk shit about Monique, that's why. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So Sheng over here introduced me to a person named Monique. And she has a really popular podcast. And Sheng thought that I would be a good guest for Monique. So I go into this podcast with Monique, and it was scheduled for an hour. And this was way back in April of this year. It was a 1 hour podcast, but then we ended up talking for 3.5 hours. It was past midnight. She lives in Thailand, and I was talking till 2 a.m. with her because we just connected immediately, and she went through a lot of adversities in life as well. And so we started chatting. And then in a week, she told me that she was going to join this writing club where in 30 days, a group of entrepreneurs are going to write a book. And then I thought that was crazy, first thing. Second thing is there was a lot of shit happening in my life already because at that point of time in April, I was taking care of my 3-month-old kid full-time. Caroline, my wife, she has a full-time job. And we don't have any support system in Chicago. So it's just me and my wife taking care of Neil. Plus, I'm trying to figure out stuff related to my business, and there was no room for anything else. So when Monique said, hey, do you want to join? I said no at first. But that night, I started thinking. I always tell people, I coach people I talk to that anything is possible. The circumstances do not control your actions, but you control your actions under any circumstances, right? And I started thinking about it. When I'm talking all these things to other people, motivating them, why am I not following the same thing which I preach? So that night I had that realization that, you know what? I'm going to do this. So next morning I signed up for the book writing club along with Monique, who is not here, but she was the main reason I knew about the writing club. And then I wrote the book in the first 30 days, actually, the majority of the book. The writing club had about 10 people, and I was the only person who actually finished it in 30 days because I really wanted to finish it. I wrote about 1,500 to 2,000 words from 8:30 p.m. till 10 p.m. every night once my kid goes to bed. And that's how I finished the majority of the book. But then, of course, as some of you who have gone through the self-publishing route or book publishing, you'll understand that writing is just literally 30% of the whole book thing. Holy shit, there's so much stuff you have to do related to the book. So that's what I was trying to work on. So although I finished the majority of the book probably by June, it took so much time for me to release the book because we have editing, we have production. Then my wife, Caroline, she literally went through the book word by word for a week and a half every day to proofread it. And she suggested a lot of changes, right? She was my chief editor and project manager as well because she was keeping me in, she was giving me a reality check. But yeah, that's how I actually wrote the book as well. And finally, it's out, and I'm super excited about it. So before I actually wanted to show you a demo of my website and different things which are available there. But before that, I wanted to run the wheel for a prize giveaway because I think people want to break from me talking for a while. So I'll hand over the screen to you. Why don't you spin the wheel?
All right, perfect. Let me take it away here, Raj. I will share my screen. And the winner of prize number 2, is it going to be Jess or Jennifer?
Ooh, that is so close.
Oh, very close. Jennifer, you are the winner.
Jennifer, for you, I'm going to give you free merchandise. So I'm going to show you what is available in my online shop. So you can pick any merchandise you want. And of course, I'm going to follow up with you to get your address and stuff. Don't worry. I don't just randomly say things and then forget about you. But yeah, awesome. So good for you, Jennifer. And so yeah, we had the prize giveaway. So quickly, let me share my screen. I want to show you the book website and what's in it and how I actually built it. So let me actually. Ooh, thanks, Mark. You just ordered a t-shirt. 1 second over here. Cool. So this is my book website. This thing literally took 2 months. I built it from scratch. And these are the different options available. So of course you can buy the book from Amazon, Book Baby, but please buy the book from Amazon if you haven't, because it helps my rankings as well. And then I have a video about why people should buy the book. And then I do have the back cover blurb here. Of course, some of the folks have already read my book because I was asking feedback. So I have some reviews over here. Currently, my book is in pre-order, which means that you are getting it at a discounted rate, but people cannot add reviews. So that's why you don't see reviews on Amazon yet. But once the pre-order period is over on December 18th, you're going to see a lot of reviews as well. But yeah, these are the reviews. And then I'm giving away a free chapter for people to get a feel of the book, because I hate buying a book and then finally then recognizing that it was not the book I wanted. So I was giving a free chapter for people who are going to get the book, which I'm going to send. There's a whole freaking box over here. It'd be awesome if you get the book, share a photo on social media and tag me. That'll be really awesome to spread the word. But if people do that, I'm going to send them free workshop videos. I did a 3-day workshop as well. And the coolest thing, which I'm really proud of, is my online shop, actually. The book is secondary. I'm just kidding. But this online shop took a lot of freaking time. So if you see over here, Shanks in. Oh, okay. So if you see over here, these are the things available. You have hoodies, and then these are pretty much inspirational quotes. I'm a sucker for inspirational quotes. Literally, my whole wall here is inspirational quotes. And whatever I use during talks, whatever I use when coaching people, literally I put them on a t-shirt. So these are the different designs available. And most of my clients are actually women for some reason. And yeah, so I wanted to put things on the t-shirt. Tony said, why didn't you ask me to model? Yeah, Tony is a handsome guy. I didn't want anyone to compete with me though, Tony. So then Be Ruthless was Ruthless was just to remember Ruth Bader, who passed away. And so I created a t-shirt in remembrance of her. And of course, you have hats. And my favorite t-shirt, actually, I love Let's Do Epic Shit because I use that quite a bit. But my favorite t-shirt is this. My wife is a babe, a badass bitch extraordinaire, right? I need to trademark this shit. But this, the favorite t-shirt of mine. And of course, I also have t-shirts with women can wear as well. Proud to be a babe. But yeah, the point is, this is the online shop, and where people can buy merchandise, and I have discount codes as well. And then it's freaking COVID times. So of course I cannot do book signings and then have random strangers touch me. So instead, I'm doing a virtual book tour where I'm hitting a lot of podcasts to spread the word. I think as of now, I have about 20 podcasts. I still have to update some here. Some things worth mentioning here was I was on NBC radio on November 10th, and that'll be telecasted through the NBC channels. So that was awesome. That was a big one. And then As Told by Nomads was a big podcast. I think it's a top 5 cultural podcast in the world. So I was able to get to that. Burnout podcast, Shing actually connected me with a friend of hers, and this is our top rated podcast. And finally, Build Your Network. I think it's ranked 32 in the world for the top leadership podcast. So I was able to get into that as well. But yeah, so just a virtual book tour schedule, which I created as well. So just want to share. And of course, you're going to hear some of my personal story here on my website as well. But yeah, this kind of the website, I designed it myself from scratch, and it turned out really well. So with that being said, let me hand over the screen to Jeremy. Why don't we run the wheel again to see whether we can give away some more prizes?
All right, here we go. I'm going to share my screen now. And... All right, here we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Shang, you won.
Shang, yay! So Shang is one of my favorite people, so I'm gonna let her choose what she wants, and then you could take T-shirts or goodie bags. You already have the book, so awesome. So we will connect, and then you could choose what you want. Cool. So we went through those things, and yeah, I wanted to give opportunity for other people who wanted to say a few words, and I paid them enough, so they are going to say good things. So we'll start with Jason Mirandas, my man.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, thanks, Raj, for the opportunity to speak. It's nice to meet all of you. Just a little context. Raj and I know each other about 4 or 5 years. Met at a company called Testim. I think for me, what's exciting about the book is not only the message that comes out, but a lot of the time when you get a message, it's also powerful who it's coming from. And when I met Raj, I could tell instant passion, enthusiasm, positive attitude. We're a smaller company, so he was put into a role where he had to kind of do everything. And a lot of what he ended up doing is evangelizing our company and going out and doing a lot of public speaking. And it was super impressive. I mean, we were pretty much a no-name company, and we had like a loaded trade show booth all the time. In fact, I still remember this company called Cover My Meds that like called me up out of the blue and were like, "Oh yeah, we heard Raj speak and we want your service." And I'm like, "Well, what problem are you trying to solve?" And they're like, "We don't even really know what you guys do." They're like, "If you could go through just what you do," just everything he said resonated. And even to the point where I'm in sales, by the way, if you haven't figured that out, to the point where we ended up like closing a deal with them. It was fairly sizable, and I was like, "Still, why did you buy it?" And they honestly couldn't really articulate it, but they ended up buying a lot of our services, and more importantly, it helped their business. And it was, I think, the thought and leadership that stood out to me, that really was so pervasive. And in fact, Raj, I haven't even told you this, but some of those people from that company went on to other companies and have continued to bring me in. But a lot of it was about, Raj, in our space, we were doing a testing service, and it was all about not getting beyond the service itself, but talking about architectural design and things like that for developers was really, really important. So I just think in an overarching area, he brings just such great values. And it didn't surprise me when recently we spoke, Raj, and you mentioned that you were doing a number of things, from writing your book to kind of some coaching on the side to a whole host of ideas. So it's inspiring. I'm glad to be here. I'm super excited to read through the book and learn more about some key success areas. I think everything that I've heard that's covered is so topical and germane to what everybody's facing right now. So anyway, very happy to be here.
Thanks, Jason. And thank you so much for the kind words. And I know you had your weekly meetings, which you have been doing for years, and you missed that to come here. So next time we meet up in another 10 years, we'll definitely grab sparkling water or beer. I'll take beer. You can have sparkling water. But yeah, Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I just wanted to quickly talk about, a lot of people were asking me when I announced the book, what makes your book different from other books? There are like freaking millions of self-help books. If you go to Amazon, like millions and billions of self-help books. What makes my book actually different from other people, right? I'm known to read a lot of books. For people who know me, I read about 27 to 30 books. I keep a list of the books I read so that I don't have to repeat them, because sometimes by mistake I've read the same book twice and then I get the deja vu moment saying, I'm reminded about this, right? Then I end up wasting like 2 weeks reading a book which I already read. But that story aside, I keep a reading list. And also I'm known to do different radical experiments where in 2016, for 4 months, I listened to 150 podcasts and then I read 30 books just to shock my system, because I was didn't know where I was heading in terms of career, in terms of my mental health, physical health, and I wanted to shock my body. So I have read a lot of books, right? And a common pattern I saw when it comes to books is either they talk about the experiences they had to go through, or they talk about different strategies, but they don't. But a lot of books a majority of the books were missing how the experiences actually weave into the strategies. And that's the gap I wanted to fill with this book, where if you read the book, you're going to see every chapter is going to have a real story, a lot of stories which you probably, most of you here may not have known about me. You're going to hear the adversities and different struggles which I went through, the mistakes I committed, and what strategies I actually used to get over it, right? So that's how the book is structured. It's all about strategies. When I said the book is called The No Bullshit Approach to Find Your Dream Job, I really meant it. So literally, I don't bullshit in this book. I straight away give strategies for people to make that transformation right now. So that's how the book will be different. And again, it's a really fast read. So you folks can read it and of course give me Amazon reviews as well. And yeah, that's pretty much about the book, the story behind it, and who is going to be impacted and things like that. We have two more people who, don't worry, I'm not going to talk for like 4 hours. It's not like a filibuster. But the point is, I just have two more people who wanted to say a few words. But before that, let's run the wheel again. And let's do it. Mark Tomlinson really wants a gift now. And so let's see whether he's lucky enough to get something.
All right, Mark, is this your lucky shot? Here we go. We'll see. I'll go ahead and share my screen and we'll get ready to spin. Boom. More money, more money, more money.
Tony, my man.
Oh, Tony.
Tony Kless. So, yeah, again, Tony, you can ask me whichever gift you want if you're choosing, and then I'm going to send it to you. A quick word about Tony. He's one of the closest friends I have. He's in Cleveland. I started my career in Cleveland along with him, and he's always been there for me, and he's family to me, and I'm so glad that he's here. He's also one of my mentors as well. He has a dark side, which we'll talk about later, but he's an awesome guy. So thanks, Tony, for being here. And that's cool. And next we have Mark Tomlinson. So a quick word about Mark before Mark starts talking. Mark actually talks more than me. So if anyone wants to head to bed, I totally understand. So talking about Mark is just an awesome guy. He and Dr. Martha, his significant other, partner, and they're so inspiring. And he has been in the IT industry for a long, long time. I really acknowledge the way he helps people, the way he shows up for other folks, especially in this current day and age where the crazy things are happening around the world. he's been spreading the word, doing a lot of things to help people. And I still remember the time me and Caroline, without Neil, stayed at his house, which was amazing. It was like an art museum, which was phenomenal. But yeah, I really appreciate you being there. He's also one of my mentors. There have been many times where I've asked him for advice regarding trainings, regarding business. He's always been there for me, so I really appreciate that. With that being said, I'll hand it over to you, Mark.
Raj, I hope you can hear me.
Yep, we do. You
All
look
right,
royal, man. You look really royal, like fancy. From seeing an Empire where you have all this alcohol shit in the background. And then
I don't know if you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm at Patty's Pub.
Oh, it's Patty's Pub. Oh, Patty's Pub. Man, I didn't see it. Yeah.
I mean, you live in Philly. If you're going to do some kind of a Zoom call thing, you go to Patty's and you have a drink with your buddy Raj. First of all, thanks for having me on. I only expected to be here to tell you one thing. Congratulations on writing this book. For those of you that don't know, as Raj said, we go way back to periods of Raj's experience in working in tech, where Raj was absolutely dissatisfied with everything he was experiencing, from bad management, bad technology, stupid human tricks, again, bad, shitty technology, just the whole nature of the work that he was doing was only exciting enough to get the paycheck, but it was not fulfilling. And I witnessed Raj, you and Carlene came to visit me and Martha, and it was like an interesting time where you were just transforming your thoughts about the world and thoughts about, hey, what if I were to do something? What if I were to do some epic shit? I bought the t-shirt. I love the t-shirt. And I would say Raj outgrew very quickly things that some people, including me, have found that they can do for 25 years, 30 years. What we thought of the idea of a career that could sustain you for that long is something that Raj very quickly was like, hey, I'm going to question what's truly sustaining about this. Like, why are you hooked on something being sustained? What is truly sustaining you? And is it your humanity that you're sacrificing? You're paying, you might get a paycheck, but you pay a little bit in humanity. You might be getting some career advancement, but you pay a little bit in terms of long-term opportunity in your dreams. And to me, that was very inspiring. Even though I could help Raj, one of the first podcasts we did, I enjoyed Raj traveling through time and visiting his former, like, future Raj, visited Raj from the past. It was fantastic. I loved it. And even then I knew that he had the ability to go different places. And sure enough, Raj, I'm so proud of you for writing this book and going as far as you can go in those places. So congratulations. Everyone gives you a huge thumbs up. And thanks for letting me say a little bit about how inspiring it is to see you just go after it. And thanks for doing some epic shit, legend.
Thank you. Really appreciate those words. And again, as I was saying, you've always been there for me. Literally, whenever I think about something, then I'll text you, hey, Mark, there's this training which I'm doing. How much do I charge? What do I do and stuff? And you've always been there. So really appreciate it, man. Whatever you've done for me and Caroline, we both love you. And can't wait to visit you guys again. So really appreciate it. So finally, before we let people go and
no, you have to spin the wheel again.
Let's spin the wheel. Let's do this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Mark, I hope you get this one, man. Took my name off, so hopefully you could win. Oh, the other speaker. Jason, you win.
Jason, man.
The 77-inch TV. Thanks, Raj.
Dude, you already have a house which is the size of like 5 football fields, man. So I don't know what else you can.
for one of the walls.
But yeah, as I said for other people, yeah, I'll touch base with you and you can let me know what you want. So I'll do that. So finally, we have Shri, who is going to say a few words, a little bit about Shri. So one thing I personally seen, and through working with other women in tech, and then leading teams with women in tech as well, is the different struggles they have to go through. Whatever men have to do, they have to work extra hard, double the times or even 3 times harder to get that promotion, to get that job, to get recognized, to get their voice heard. And yeah, so it is something I take really seriously, and I'm part of a lot of D&I groups, diversity and inclusion groups, and trying to spread the word in terms of how, as men, we could try to make a difference and help provide women, folks in tech, a path for them to have equal opportunity, equal pay, equal respect, right? And Carlene, who is, I don't know whether she's gone to take care of Neil again, but she, for example, she is the only developer in a team of 40 men. And every day, the struggle she has to go through, yeah, it's crazy. For example, her boss, who's actually a decent guy, but he asks he says things like, he was saying that in a week after you give birth, hey, could you attend this meeting, right? Hell no, right? So people do not get the context of different things women have to go through. So I have empathy and I have respect for them. And Shri came into my life when she was looking for guidance in terms of what she has to do in her career. She had so much skills, and society was telling her that, hey, no, you cannot be a leader, you cannot do this. And thankfully, the universe sent her to me. So she was a lead, and now she's like the director of QA, right? She's one of my best clients and a really good friend of mine. And I wanted her to say a few words because she's an amazing leader. I've personally learned a lot from her. And I just wanted her to say a few words about our relationship and what you do as well. You could talk about that as well. So Shri, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Raj. Thanks for the kind words. Hi, everyone. So I got to know Raj almost like over a year now when I was looking for a transition into more like a management role. But thanks for inviting me to your book inauguration. I really, I'm very happy for you, and you are an awesome coach. So just to give a little, background about how I got to know Raj. Last year, I think he talks a lot about self-doubt. So I'm going to get into that a little bit. And I have been in the industry for 20 years. I have seen changes all the way from mainframe to where we are right now with cloud computing and everything decided by AI, pretty much. So much transformation. I was always, willing and liking to get into management roles, but I had this self-doubt and am I, is it the right time for me? Is it the right time for me? Am I able to do this? And most of the time, my job is I usually, a majority of the, people are, male dominated, I would say. And I had this self-doubt and I always kept, my family and, there is this work-life balance and, a lot of, think in other words, lack of confidence. And I had all these properties, but that one lack of confidence was kind of pulling me back to what, to really realize my potential. And I would say, I don't know how, but I got to know, I was reading this white paper from one of his website and magically landed into his website. I don't know still how that happened. And I think that time Raj was available and he was willing to spend an hour or half an hour to talk to me. And that's how I just, very randomly met Raj, probably, for a great purpose, I guess. And I really felt, he had a QA background. I think that was one of the common things that, we just started to open up and talk more and more. And I get to learn more about Raj. And I found out that he had this great, kind of empowerment and encouragement that I haven't seen, some kind of specific thing that I haven't, I don't know how to explain that, but I saw that in him. And the spark that, that I usually don't see. So he has this awesome determination, time management skill, I would say, and, a passion. I felt that he's really, truly a passionate person and not bullshitting around. I mean, I spoke to so many people, so many mentors, so many, people, in that similar line, but I learned that he doesn't bullshit and he's up to the mark. And, I saw that authenticity in Raj that I haven't, seen in a lot of people that I met with as my mentors. So he really gave me confidence, and he says that, Sri, I see this potential. You can really do that. And so he instantly boosted my confidence to a greater extent. So I went ahead with, applying for a director of, quality engineering. And today I'm very successful in my current role. And I wish I would have known Raj in my earlier years of my career. And so coming to self-doubt, he gave me a lot of confidence and confidence that I can do definitely practical approaches to solving problems. And he has a solution for everything. So when I approach Raj, I have this so much thing going on, and he can clarify things, and he can kind of put the path for you to actually come up with a solution, right? And then he's, I would say, catalyst, kind of person for me. So it's truly amazing how I got to know him. And the encouragement that he provides, and really, I think, getting to know my potential. And so it's a true honor for me to get to know him, and a true motivation for me. So I'm definitely benefiting a lot getting to know Raj and being a coach, a tech coach. So thanks, Raj, for all your encouragement. And when he said, Sri, I'm writing a book, I'm like, wait a minute, Raj, where do you get all this time? I mean, you do, keynote speaking, and then you say that you write the articles, and then you say that you coach, and then you are a dad, and then you are a husband, and then, like, where do you really get this time? And I see his motivation. I see his, can-do attitude. And today we are seeing that he's releasing his book. It's like a baby to him. And I wish him good luck. And I wish him for many more successes come in his way. And I'm happy to be part of his journey.
Wow. Thank you so much, Shri. Really appreciate it. And just to give some context, Shri is a big gun in her company, and she talks to CEOs and CTO, and she's super humble, but she's a really big deal at her company. And it's because of people like her. I think other women folks, they get confidence that they can do epic shit. And that's what I respect about Shri. And she also has the attitude to get it done. But I talk about time management with her a lot, so that she can prioritize things. But I really appreciate you being part of this whole journey, and thank you for your kind words as well. And we still have 5 minutes left. See, for me, I really do not like to bullshit. So for meetings as well, we're going to spin the wheel because Mark really wants a gift. And
I was waiting for the opportunity.
Honey, you could have always come.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt anyone. So I was just
so this is my
sulking at the door. Shh, if you wake our baby.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
So this is my project manager. And
I am your prime minister. Let's be clear. That's what PM stands for. I am the prime minister of this house. You are just a figurehead.
I know.
I'm the puppet master.
You are actually a puppet
Also,
master.
what PM stands for.
Wow. See, these are all bombs, man. Like truth bombs. But yeah, so she was part of the whole book thing as well. She spent a lot of time on this book editing.
He was like, "Oh, you read every word." I'm like, "Yeah. If I'm gonna edit it, I'm gonna read every word of the book." So that's what I did. Read every word.
She did her design. What design you have?
This one is so the thing I hate the most is being called aggressive, which I'm called a lot in the world. So I said, don't call women aggressive, they're assertive. So that's we decided to have that put on a t-shirt because I was
like that t-shirt for sure.
yeah. Do you know how many times I've been called aggressive? And I'm like, or if I was a man, I'd be assertive.
We were just talking about it.
I'm sure you were.
I know.
Can we get a version of the t-shirt where at the end because they're right? Just at the end.
Also true.
I think we have to do a brainstorming session for our next t-shirts with Mark.
I've literally sent this Slack survey to multiple of my female coworkers multiple times in the last year of why aren't people listening to Carlene? Options include I don't understand her solution or she's a woman. Because like that's why aren't they listening? So yes, Mark, you will be brought into the brainstorming. Also, I think we might need one that says like a dick slipped in.
Oh yeah, we need to do that. So Mark's
wife has
and Dr. Martha, they have a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Mark is not actually on the podcast.
But
it's lady.
I know, but I think Mark's friend was doing the editing. But anyways, yes they have a podcast.
The husbands were involved in only a musical arena.
The musical. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, no, Dr. Martha and her friend are part of a podcast called A Dick Slips In. Because all you're doing is walking around on your womanly way and a dick slips in to mansplain you.
Yeah, just to be clear, the website will be blocked by your corporate firewall. So this is something you want to do on your own. It is safe for work, but still just be forewarned.
I forget that people like this isn't 100% mainstream podcast, so I like use that term with friends. I'm like, and then a dick slipped in. I'm like, a dick slipped in.
So we have, as you can see, she can talk more than me. And that's where I get my speaking from. So people have to go to bed and stuff. So I was going to wrap it up here, if that's fine with you. Yeah.
I still have dishes to do, so yeah.
I'll help you do the dishes. Don't worry. So. Thank you. But yeah, so there you go. You got the full story of everything. Let's run the wheel once more, and we will see whether we have anyone here who could win something.
All right, this is for the last few of the marbles. Let's go to boom.
It's Shree.
There should be a recount for that one.
That was close.
That was a good one.
I definitely like the t-shirt, Raj. Yes.
Yeah, I'll definitely ship one for you along with the book as well. But yeah, so thanks so much for everyone. All the people who I actually talk to on a regular basis are here, which is awesome. And I really appreciate all your support. And yeah, all my life I've been growing up throughout my childhood. I've always been disregarded for things. I've always been ignored. I always was considered the dumb kid. I was always people never thought much about me. And even now, my parents and everyone are surprised. How did this guy who's a shy, introverted kid who used to almost get a nervous breakdown talking to a girl in his 8th grade now speak in front of thousands of people? So I just want to really impact people and mainly target underdogs who the society shuns as not good for anything. Those are the people I want to target because I went through the similar kind of journey. And I'm hoping with this book, they get inspiration to come out and do epic shit as well. And yeah, everyone, I think they were born on this earth for a reason. Everyone has a gift. It's up to us to figure out what it is. And through this journey, you are always going to hit a curveball, and then you'll be on the ground. But you just have to recognize it and then stand up and then keep marching. And that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know what my future holds, but one thing I know for sure is I was here to make an impact in people's lives, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. The book is one thing, and as we speak, I'm also doing a TED coaching program. I want to give a TED Talk, TEDx Talk, and I want to inspire people on a larger stage. And no matter what, I'll never forget all these folks you see on the screen, because these are the people who have been instrumental in my transformation as well. So I've always be there to support everyone here. And I really, really appreciate you joining in today. And that's pretty much what I have for today. And yeah, I know it's already late in some parts of the world. So if you have any questions, I can stick around. And if people have to drop off, I totally understand as well. So thanks for joining. And Jeremy, quickly, did we have any questions?
Let's do a quick run through. We'll see. I think Mark had a really good question. You kind of answered it, but the consolation prize maybe. But Mark had a question. How come it took you so long to write a book? Because the people have been waiting, man.
The funny story is, I always knew I was going to write a book, but it was going to be a book about an immigrant's life in a foreign land, because I wanted to share my experiences coming to the US and the different things I have to go through, from stereotyping, racism, funny stories, and then really bad stories. I had cops pull the gun on me as well. So I've gone through a lot of experiences in life. And so that was my memoir was going to be my book. But then COVID happened and people really needed help with jobs. I was doing free coaching sessions. I did about 20 free 30-minute coaching sessions in the month of March and April, just to help people with no ulterior motive. And then I found out that people really need help. So that's why I just decided, you know what, I'm going to write the book. So yeah, that's why the book was late. It was just timing and the scenario. So.
All right. And as far as other questions, Tony had a pretty good one too. Tony asked, why didn't you ask him to model? So.
Oh yeah, I did think. So Tony has this inferiority complex, right? So when he met me, I have brown skin and I just shine. And he's always been jealous of me. And he has sent me texts which are not appropriate for me to discuss in front of all these people, right? So he always has a crush on me, but he has a family of 4 and family of 3, right? Megan, family of 3. Sorry, dude. I'm drawing a blank. Yeah. Oh, with your dog and the wife as well. You're counting that too. So, okay. But the point is, yeah, he always had a crush on me, but I couldn't take a chance on my book because it was a big thing for me. People seeing his face may not come back to my website. No offense intended, but yeah, that's why he didn't model. But soon, when we meet in private in our sessions, you could definitely model for me. Was there any other question before we hang up? Because I know it's late for people as well.
Hey, Raj.
Yeah.
So how just real quick, I know it's been a long hour for you, but
I'm going to stick around.
So how important to you was, or as far as your journey goes, right? One thing that I haven't been good at, was how important was to you the time you spent on building your network and sustaining your network, growing your network, pruning your network? Like what was that like to where you got right now?
That's a great question. I believe personal brand is the single most important thing which can take you really far. And as part of your personal brand is growing your network as well, right? A simple example is, let's think about a random example. Say you have this body wash. You buy that body wash. You've been using that body wash for 10 years, right? And you buy that body wash for the fragrance, for the packaging, for the price, for the color, for the durability, because when you drop it, it doesn't split open. So there are different facets of the body wash that makes you go buy that body wash, and you've been using it for 10 years. Our personal brand is the exact same thing. It's not just you're a good tester. It's not just that you're a good developer. It's about whether you attend conferences, whether you read, whether you do continuous learning, whether you invest in people, invest in yourself, and then growing your network, right? So there are different facets of a person which makes up your personal brand. And I think growing your network is one of the most important things as part of your personal brand. In fact, the last 4 jobs was because I knew someone in a company. It has been 9 years actually since I submitted a resume on a Zip Recruiter or whatever websites they have right now, right? It was all because of network. In fact, I moved to Chicago from Cleveland because of my network. A person saw me speaking at a conference. Then she calls me saying, hey, we want someone to head the mobile division in Orbitz, the travel booking company. Then I said no. Then 4 days later, I go there, got a job. So the point is, that's why I moved to Chicago. So it's all because of the network. So I think it's really, really valuable. And people say, okay, now it's COVID. How do you build your network? That's where you have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the most underrated social platform, but the most high potential platform for professionals like us, because you can network with people there. You can tap into your own network where, say, you have 500 connections, see where different people are, talk to them about what openings are there and what opportunities are there. And that's how you grow. That's literally what I did. And when I go to conferences, for people listening who are already experienced, but what I usually do is, before I go to a conference, I do research on different people who are speakers and coming to the conference. Then I network with them on Twitter saying, hey, I see that you're speaking at the conference. We should definitely meet up. So I already set time to meet with them. Then when I go to the conference, I literally meet that person at a given time and start learning from them. I did that for the past, 7-8 years at least. And yeah, Mark was going to add to this. And I did that for 7.
I was just going to say, Raj, you did that to me.
I know. So, everyone wants a piece of Mark. So I wanted a piece of Mark as well. And but the point was, so it's a strategy. And that's how we can grow your network even now. There are remote conferences, network with people, identify who you want to network with, and then talk to them. And then that's when you start getting different opportunities, right? But yeah, that's quite a long answer for what you asked, Tony, but I was just sharing my experience, and people can do it right now, where you do the research before a conference, set time with people, meet with them, and then they are going to help you out when they know you're genuine, right? There's a difference between being genuine and being creepy. Genuine is when you do a lot of research on the person, he inspires you or she inspires you, and then you talk about their work. Creepy is you just go there because you just want something out of them. So there's a difference there.
Thanks, Raj. Yeah, good. Very good. Yeah. And that's something I definitely learned from Raj. Well, some people may call you a mentor. That's something that, there's always something you can learn from someone else. And that's something that Raj definitely outskilled me at, and I learned a good lesson from. So yeah, well said.
Thanks, man. Did we have any final question before we wrap up? Cool. Then thanks so much for being here. I'll never forget this. my first book launch party, and hopefully I'll do a second one, and I'll invite the same number of people, and yeah, it'll be awesome. So thank you so much. I'll let you go now. And thanks, Jeremy. You did a great job monitoring things. It really helped me not looking.
Got you, man.
So
I got your back.
Cool. Thanks, everyone, and have a really great night, and I'll catch you later.
Thanks, Raj.
Thanks, Raj.
Good luck.
Congrats again, man.
Thanks, Raj. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Great job. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.